Hey, what's up guys? My name is Tanzil and in this video we shall learn how to create partitions on Windows 11. So let's see how to do that. Just click on your start button and then search for disk management, and then you will see one result which is something like this: create and format hard disk partitions, and just click on it, and then this disk management is going to open up. Now, if your computer has multiple hard disks, then they will be showed here. For example, my computer has only one hard disk and then one CD-ROM. So because of which you can see there's one disk 0 and then there is CD-ROM 0. Now, in case if I had more than one hard disk, let's say I had one more solid state drive, then in that case, either this hard disk will be disk 0 and the solid state drive will be disk 1, or this hard disk will become disk 1 and the solid state drive will become the disk 0. So it depends on the sequence. But anyways, the point is, if there are more than one hard disk, then they will be shown as different disk here. And then it will depend upon you which hard disk you want to partition further. So in this case, in this present example, you can see that I have one disk, that is disk 0, which has 3 partitions. First is the C. It is the default partition which contains my Windows system files. Then I have partition 1 on disk 0, and then I have partition 4 on disk 0. So these two partitions were created by Windows for the smooth working of Windows, and you can see them from here as well. But anyways, we are going to focus on this partition, which is the C, and which contains the major chunk of the hard disk. So this partition contains around 63 GB, and this is the partition that we can shrink further. I will suggest you not to play with these two partitions. One is for recovery and second is also system partition. So don't touch these two partitions, and then you can click here on the C drive. So I want you to right click on this partition, then you can click here on shrink volume. So just click here. Now you can see that before we do anything to this partition or this volume, the total size is this, that is 64,792 MB. Then it says size of available shrink size space in MB, which means if you want to shrink this C partition or divide this C partition, then this is the maximum amount of space that you can partition or shrink from Windows C drive. That means this is the maximum limit. You cannot shrink or divide the partition beyond this limit. So this is the maximum size that you can get out of Windows C partition. And after you take out this much of space, that is 26,638 MB, after you take out this much of space, then your C partition or the C drive is going to become this, that is 38,154, which is around 38 GB. Now it depends upon you how much of space you want to take out from your C drive. This is the maximum limit, but it does not mean that you have to take out all the space that is available. So if 26 GB is available, you can take around 20 GB. So that will be 20480. So you can see how it works. 64 GB is the total size of the C drive. 26 GB is the total available space that we can take out from C, but I am taking only 20 GB. So if I take out 20 GB from C drive, then the C drive has become 44 GB. Now I can safely shrink my C drive. So I'll just click here on shrink. And now you can see that this is the system partition, then this is the C partition, and then this is the new unallocated space which has been divided or partitioned from this volume, that is the C. Out of C, we have taken out 20 GB. That's why it is standing next to it and it is on the disk 0 only. And then next to it, we have the recovery partition. Alright, now we have to create this volume. So you have to right click on it because it is still unallocated, as you can see. So just right click on it and then you will have to click here on new simple volume. Then on this window, just click on next. Now since 20 GB is available here unallocated, so you can create a partition which is of size 20 GB. Or if you want to create a partition which is of 10 GB, then you can do that as well. Let's say I will create a partition of 10 GB. So in this way I can create two partitions of 10 GB each, or I can create a partition which is of 20 GB totally. So I'll just click here on next. And then after that you can choose the drive letter for your this new volume or the new partition. So if you want to change the drive letter, you can click here and then it will show the drive letters which are available. Since C and D are not available because C has been given to one partition and then D has been given to the CD-ROM, that's why C and D are missing from this list. In the same way, there might be some letters missing in your computer also. But from the remaining available drive letters, you can choose any drive letter that you want. Click on next. Then after that, you have the option if you want to format your new volume or the partition, or if you don't want to format it, you can click here, but I'll suggest you to format it. And then you can choose the file system. NTFS is the latest file system of Windows and I don't have any reason to change it, so I'll let it be the same. Then allocation unit size, you can let it be on default. And then volume label, you can give a name to your partition. Let's say I'll just give test. And then after that, it's up to you if you want to perform a quick format or you want to perform a complete format. This quick format is going to be very quick. It will take very less time. So I'll just let it be ticked since I don't have any confidential information on this partition that I want to be erased properly. So I can just let it be on quick format. And if you want to enable the file and folder compression on this new partition that we are going to create, then you can click here. But you'll have to keep in mind that there is a trade-off with the performance. So I'll just let it be unticked. Then I'll click here on next and then click on finish. And the partition has been created. So now you can see I have the system partition, the C drive, the Y drive that I have created just now, and then still around 10 GB of unallocated space is left, and then I have the recovery partition. Now there are a lot of things that we can do. Either we can create a partition for this unallocated space, or you can extend this partition to absorb the unallocated space here, which is on the right side of this partition. So I'm just showing you some practical examples of what we can do with the disk management. But let's try another option. So I'll just click here on test Y, that is the new partition that we have created. I'll right click on it and then you can see we have these options: shrink volume, extend volume. I will show you the extend volume operation. So I'll just click on it. Now we have to click on next. So here it will show all the available disk space which can be extended to the current volume that we have selected. Since I have selected this volume, that is the drive Y or the Y partition, so the volume which can be extended to this Y partition will be displayed here. And so there's only one volume that can be used to extend our Y drive, and this is the unallocated space that I'm talking about. So it depends upon the position of your drive. Not all the drives can be extended. So this drive can be extended with this unallocated space. Now, if you think that you can extend this drive C with this unallocated space, then it cannot be done, because if you want to extend this C drive, then it can be extended to absorb this drive, that is the Y drive, but C drive cannot be extended to absorb this drive which is still unallocated, because C drive is not next to it. C drive is next to this one. If you want C drive to absorb all these two drives, then you can first extend this Y drive to absorb this unallocated space. Then these two will become one partition. They will become one unallocated space if you don't create a partition. And then C drive can extend or absorb the entire space, and it will become a big drive as it was at the beginning. So these are some of the examples. So let's extend the Y partition now. So as you can see, Y partition can be extended to only one drive or one volume. No other volume can be extended to Y volume. So that's why it's already here. If there were many partitions that can be extended, they would have been here in the box. But since there's only one, so it's already selected. And this is the maximum space that can be extended. So I'll just click here on next. And then I'll click on finish. and you can see the Y drive or the Y volume has absorbed or been extended to the unallocated space. And now the C drive can be extended to absorb this drive. So if you right click on C, you can see we have the extend volume option, but it is not active because this drive Y is still a drive. It should be unallocated space. Only then we can extend it to C drive. So let's do that. I will right click on this Y drive and then I will click on delete volume and then just yes, and it has become unallocated space. And now C drive can extend this unallocated space. As you can see, entire space can be used to extend. Now if you don't want to extend the entire space that is available to C drive, then you can choose a lower size here, but then whatever size will be left will become another unallocated space. Let's just click on finish, and C drive has been extended and it has become the big drive that it was before. So anyways, that's how we create and work with partitions on Windows 11. I hope you were able to understand how to create partitions. So if you like the video, don't forget to give a thumbs up. I'm going to see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thanks for watching.